Greetings, dear friends. My name is Matvey and I am the director of GLOBUS Elite Furniture from China. Today we'll be talking about the most in-demand and popular Italian brand. That, of course, is Minotti. What makes this factory remarkable is that they have several original pieces of furniture purchased in Italy, displayed right in their showroom. This is so that clients who are skeptical and distrustful can see the quality for themselves and to see whether there are any differences between Chinese and Italian production. So today we'll be opening up the cushions and examining what everything is made of. Let's get started. Right now we're in the factory's new showroom and we're actually showcasing something exclusive. We received an invitation and as soon as they finished the renovations, we came right away. This factory is also notable for the fact that in addition to furniture, it produces metal products and stone items. For example, marble tables for Chinese tea ceremonies and European style tables. In other words, their production range is really extensive. Because many factories that make furniture, for example, might order metal parts from one place, stone from another, and only assemble the furniture itself at their own facility. This factory does everything in one place, which makes it a powerful manufacturer. Besides the furniture we'll be reviewing today, the factory also produces for many other brands. But today I want to focus specifically on Minotti and show you to practically test almost every model that we'll be presenting today. So you can pay attention to whether it's made with quality or not. Let's start the review of this sofa. We've already showcased this sofa many times in 2024. What's notable about it is that instead of boucle fabric, it uses a regular dense fabric that resembles the material of a teddy bear. Look at the lines and the softness of the sofa itself. How well it holds its shape. I like that. When you sit down, and thanks to this fabric, the comfort is fully revealed. Additionally, in China, you can order the sofa with either firm or much softer cushioning, depending on your preference. Contact our managers to clarify all the details. They will consult you. Take a look at the stitching, how neat it is. Overall, I believe the workmanship is perfect here. The stitching is done as neatly as possible. Let me just open up the cushions so we can see how well they are made. Let's start with a small cushion. Let's look at the seams and check inside, because you can often judge the quality by what's inside. How it's made on the inside says a lot. Everything is made perfect. Come and test it out yourself in person. Let's open the large cushion because it's actually more interesting. Let's see what's inside. It's kind of made up of two parts. This is the inner cushion, and the inner cushion is made of a high quality foam layer, which you can also choose to your liking. And right here, there's a double feather and down cushion on this side and on the other side of the foam as well. That's exactly what creates this soft effect, while still holding its shape well. So take a look at how everything is made inside. I've examined the cushions of genuine Italian sofas made in Italy many times, and I don't see any differences at all. As they say, try to find at least 3 differences. Honestly, you won't find even one. Let's take a look at this ottoman. I want to draw attention to how well and neatly it's made. Because sometimes at Chinese factories, you look at the furniture and everything seems fine, but when you look underneath, you don't like how it's made as much. Here, however, everything is done neatly. The screws, the fastenings, even the protective fabric itself are all done excellently, so there are no complaints at all. Besides that, I like how the metal parts are made. Everything is excellent. There are no seams, no welding marks, no poorly painted spots or anything like that. Here, everything is even and made as perfectly as possible. The sofa itself is very comfortable. For those who like this design, I can recommend it for purchase. And now I want to show you an interesting model, fresh off the line, hot from the Milan exhibition. This is the Saki table, which is the perfect model for 2025. The tabletop is marble and the base is natural wood with lacquer. Natural wood finished with lacquer. This model actually comes in 3 configurations, for 4, 6 or 8. Here we see the configuration for 8 people. And let's take a look underneath. They say everything looks perfect from above, right? But what about underneath? Are there any unpleasant surprises waiting for us? Just take a look underneath and see how the joints are here and how carefully everything's painted. Look here at the attachment to the table, just pay attention to this spot. See how neatly everything is done. There are absolutely no differences from the original. This is an extremely precise match. And most importantly, you can immediately tell that it's made with quality and will last you a long time. With this table, they paired a model of chairs on a base. The chair itself, I really like it, but I don't like how it matches with this table. I would have chosen something else. A chair on a base with a swivel mechanism, which in fact can be very convenient. You can just spin around easily like this. And let's take a closer look at this chair as well. Look at the stitching here, it's very neat. Everything is sewn evenly. If I press on the cushion, nothing sags anywhere. It holds its shape perfectly. It bounces back, and of course this chair can also be made in fabric, depending on your project and what you like. Let me turn it over and take a look. Let's see how well it's made underneath. Look, what I like here is that there's really nothing to criticize at all. Look, it's perfect work, just like Steve Jobs' philosophy. Everything hidden inside should be just as flawless as what's on the outside. The fastenings, the wood itself, nothing is coming loose anywhere. There are no gaps, everything is tightly secured. So the chair itself, I tested it and I had already checked it out even before filming very carefully. I mean, I like it because sometimes, you know, you sit on a chair and you can feel that the balance is off and it just doesn't feel right. But here, I really like it. Here, everything is perfect. This is a flex-form armchair, which the factory bought directly from Italy, in order to demonstrate just how closely their craftsmen can replicate sofas and other products from Italian manufacturers. Let's try to spot the differences. I've already found them, and I will share them with you. This is the original model, you can tell by. Well, why is this the original? Because, look, there are tags and serial numbers here that can be verified on the official website. Let's also take a look at the cushions. Here, the feather cushions are made with two sides, and in the center there's polyurethane foam. This is a large base cushion. Here, look, the line flows smoothly, like this over here. All of these transitions from a single piece of polyurethane foam, as it's made now. I'll bring you another cushion, which is not the original. Take a look. Here, everything is also made with a feather cushion of very good quality. And here as well, a polyurethane foam block is inserted. The only difference we see here is that this one was glued from two parts, while the other is monolithic, and here there is no such transition. Or rather, there is a transition, but it's not as noticeable as on that other cushion. Maybe it's because the color of the polyurethane in the cushions is different. That's why we don't see it, but that's how it's made. I don't see any major differences. I also want to show you another model, this one made specifically in leather. Look. Here's the feather cushion, and here, by the way, I noticed that they actually made this transition. You can see it better here on this model. Everything is smooth, it's just made from different colors and without different pieces. In the original, it's cut from a single piece. It's not that critical, especially considering that the overall price of the model can differ from the original by at least 3, 5, or even 7 times. Look closely here, where the finely crafted leather insert is precisely located. How exactly is it meticulously made here? And consider these durable rubber pads and carefully placed inserts, and observe how it's expertly done in the original version. Let's carefully examine the significant difference here. On the sleek black mat, we previously observed that absolutely nothing was clearly written or embossed. But in stark contrast, here it distinctly says flex form, and similarly right here as well, it prominently says flex form on this insert, which prevents the cushion from slipping. And the only thing that caught my attention, look, it has some movement. This mechanism that holds the cushion in that one, there's nothing like it. Everything is fixed in place. Visually, there are no differences. Honestly, I didn't find any at all. And dear friends, let me remind you that our company organizes furniture tours to China, where you can come see the quality for yourself, bring experts and designers along to check how high quality the furniture is and what possibilities it offers. You get nothing but advantages. A wealth of customization options, very attractive low prices, and excellent service from our company. I invite you to join the furniture tour, submit your applications, send us your projects, and we'll provide you with a free project estimate. Based on that, you can decide for yourself whether it's more beneficial to travel to China or to purchase products online through our company. Friends, earlier we showed you the sofa from the Supermoon collection by Minotti. Today we're showing you the bed and bench from the same collection. Notice how harmonious and beautiful everything looks. Everything matches perfect. The factory has also presented these nightstands here. And the sides are natural wood with a lacquer finish. Let's do a quick test of the bed now and see how well and how high quality it's made. If I press on it, the bed easily regains its shape. I can really feel that it's just right, very well made. This kind of resilience means the bed won't lose its shape over time, and it will continue to look just as beautiful. I've shown you the pillows, they're basically the same as. Just like in the previous room, everything here is made according to the same principle. I want to show you the bench. There's a cushion like this used here. Now I'll show you the filling. and I wanted to point out, look here. Velcro fasteners are used here because this white boucle fabric is very delicate, relatively speaking. If you want to thoroughly wash it, you just simply use the strong Velcro fasteners located here, and underneath them you can easily open it up and send it off to the wash for a complete cleaning. Let's take a look at what the cushion is made of. For this bench, it's very important to maintain its shape, so notice how precisely everything is folded together here, glued, and how the bench keeps its form. It won't lose its shape, even if you sit on it very often. I also want to show you a piece of natural marble that's used here. As we mentioned before, the factory makes these stone pieces itself and works with them direct. I also noticed that the craftsmanship is very neat. Everything is done to the highest standard. While the Supermoon bed is just starting to gain momentum in terms of popularity, this Horizon model from Minotti has long since found a place in our clients' hearts. You can see it in almost every second or third project. But that's no surprise, just look at this minimalist style, how beautifully and elegantly it's executed. The model is called Horizon because the base of the bed has a flat shape that stands on metal legs. And this creates, as the designers intended, a floating effect. I also wanted to mention that these side modules can be left out if your space is limited. You can simply go with the classic version. And you can add the side modules and headboard to the bed only if you have a large space and you like this kind of design. Let's take a look at how well everything is made here. Look closely. There's a very well-defined seam here. When you gently press down or carefully lift up, everything remains securely in its original place. It's been sewn together with exceptional tightness and precision, ensuring that absolutely nothing comes apart or unravels. I genuinely and truly like it very much. If you're talking about the headboard, I like that it's made as soft as possible here. It holds its shape and all the seams are perfectly straight. You can adjust the softness of the headboard to your taste, make it softer or firmer depending on what you prefer. There is also a nightstand here. A funny thing is that it's not even screwed in yet, because the showroom is so new and recently updated that the local builders haven't had time to assemble and secure everything. The nightstand is made very neatly, and I like how it's finished inside. The lining is glued on very precisely. There are no traces of glue. All the elements are clean. The fittings are done extremely well. This is the Roger modular system, but I think it needs no introduction. Let's just test it out and see how well the factory made it. I really like the lines and seams here. I've already looked everything over carefully, and it's made to a very high standard. When I sit down on it, I like that the back cushion really sinks in softly. It gently envelops you, and the seat of the sofa itself is also made to be as comfortable as possible. Speaking of the sofa back, let's take a look. I'll move the cushion now. It holds its shape well. Look, when I press on this area, it goes in deeply. You can see that it's made very soft and deep, yet it regains its shape, so this is done really excellently. The guys at the factory really did a great job on this. If we are talking about straight lines, look at how evenly everything is stitched, nothing is out of place anywhere. The cushion filling inside is clearly distributed very well. This is exactly the feather base which is on top, and inside there's foam, so it's well designed. And take a look at this detail, this little table. Many factories struggle with it and make it poorly, but this factory did a great job, because for those who don't know, there's a metal sheet inside and it needs to be wrapped in leather like this. And many factories glue these areas poorly, or there are some seams so you get unevenness. Or here, for example, something comes loose or doesn't fit tightly. Here I really like how it's done to the maximum. Let's take a look at these kinds of chairs. I would say they're a classic choice for an office or a formal study. And when you sit in them, the softness is absolutely top-notch. So I like how it's made, and the back surface is veneered as well. It's just pure luxury. There's nothing else to say. This area also features beautiful tables. Let me flip over one of the coffee tables and show you how it's made. Look at how neatly everything is done. There's nothing to criticize. That is the chrome pipe itself, this disc here and this disc here. Everything is so precisely fitted, neat and even. So, well, the factory really did an outstanding job. I want to show you this wonderful area from Minotti. Marble is used here, also known as white Fendi. It has these pleasant pink veins. The factory orders the stone directly from Italy. Also pay attention to these chairs. I think many people are familiar with them. Here people often like to use these chairs not only for home purposes but also in commercial projects. For example, we've had orders for them in Moscow and Dubai, specifically for large restaurants where there was 300, 400, even 500 seats. Because in a way, it's a classic, time-tested, and looks great. The Supermoon sofa, which is made in an interesting semicircular configuration. Also take note of this bright color. It's very rare to see such colors. Such colors are used very infrequently. I also want to sit down and share my impressions with you. The fabric is very pleasant and soft. The cushion is soft. It's very comfortable to sit on. I like the feel. All the lines and stitches I've already checked. Everything is done perfectly. Now I suggest you open the cushion and see what it's made of. Here we have polyurethane foam, very soft, which perfectly retains its shape. I also wanted to show you the seam look at the inside, how neatly everything is done. I have absolutely no complaints about the cushion itself. It's made just like in the finest houses of Italy. And finally, the Divan Horizont from the factory. A very popular model. In the original, such a model can cost $40, $50, or even over $1,000. Here, the prices are much more attractive. At the same time, if we look at the quality of workmanship and the appearance, they are in no way inferior to the original. Plus, you get certain perks, like the option to choose additional types of fabrics that aren't available in the official collection. You can adjust the softness of the sofa, increase or decrease its size. All of this is available when you buy furniture in China. Bouclé fabrique, leather inserts. I really like this sofa. I also wanted to draw your attention to this table. Take a look at the interesting geometric legs it has. One is triangular and the other is cylindrical. The top is made of marble. In addition, here you can see these wonderful minotti armchairs, which are suitable for a wide variety of design projects and are often found in our work as well. The Loros bed from 2017 by the famous Rodolfo Dordoni. Look at how beautiful it is. It has a modular headboard. Depending on your preference, you can make it solid or asymmetrical at different heights here. These stitches make the bed look visually softer. When you touch it, it really is soft. That is, you can choose any upholstery options you like. And honestly, I really like these factory frames. But I did find one problem here. Let's take a look together. Look, right here. The stitching is straight, but Matvey pulled it too tight during assembly and it shifted upward. It's hard to notice visually, but you can see it. Also take a look at this spot. You see everything here should be evenly stretched, but there are some dips here. These are exactly the kinds of issues our company addresses during the inspection stages. Our QC managers go out, check each of your items' beds, chairs, take photos and send the pictures to us, to your personal manager, and we make sure that everything is in order. Because without inspecting the goods in China, you will never receive quality products even from the most trusted factory partners. So contact our company, we guarantee that everything will be perfect with us. This is a sofa from the Goodman collection. Here you can see the signature recognizable stitching from Minotti. Just look at how neatly and evenly the factory makes the seams. There are absolutely no complaints at all. Here as well, you can see this beautiful and interesting Torii armchair, which was created in collaboration with a Japanese designer. I really liked how the factory handled the woodwork here, as well as the softness of the cushions. Overall, it's very comfortable. I really like it. Difference. In my reviews, I strive to be as honest and objective as possible for you, so that you know buying furniture in China is not only cost-effective, but also interesting. In terms of customization, in terms of design solutions, and the wide selection of finishes that official brand representatives simply don't offer. In addition, I suggest you submit a request on our website, send us your design projects. Our company will calculate the cost for you absolutely free, explain the terms, and then you can make your decision based on that. This was Matvey with you from GLOBUS Company Furniture from China.